All right, people, we are back. We are back again. And this time I'm going to react to this. I don't have my glasses. This I actually wear glasses now, by the way. This time I'm not wearing glasses. So it's saying that Twitter finally closes down on artists, and it's a shame. Shame, shame, shame. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a reaction. So let's get it.
Greetings and a late Merry Christmas, my fellow humans on the internet. While the rest of the world...
That's how you know it's an old reaction. Not old reaction, but I'm reacting very, very late. He's saying Merry Christmas, man. It's about to be, at the time of this recording, it's about to be February. Come on. I'm late to the party. I know. I took a hiatus.
Was tucked away, frantically peeling open gifts from their friends, families, and loved ones, the kind folks at Twitter decided to launch a magnificent new update that has thus ruined Twitter for artists, causing popular manga artists to leave the platform and starting a massive dumpster fire within the rest of the art community on Twitter. Don't ask an artist on Twitter what happened the Christmas of 2025. X just insulted every artist. How is there no laws prohibiting to have an AI edit button under any image or artwork posted? This is a violation and an insult to artists. Truly disgusted. This is so exhausting. Everyone
at least he's reading
some
it.
People are staying, some are semi-moving, some are completely migrating, while some people are deleting all their posted works. What am I supposed to do? It's so exhausting trying to keep up with everyone. Why did this have to happen?
In what can only be called
so much passion. Let's fast forward. Elon Musk try Gronk image edit and video edit. Oh, I see what's going on. It's the same issue that's going on with Disney, how they're opening the floodgates of people using AI, right? So, in other words, if you can't beat them, join them. And that's what they're doing. So they're using it as like their platform to have fun with the filters and what have you, which then a lot of people who are authentic artists like myself and many others in the art world of the internet is going to feel a certain way. It's like, what the hell, right?
Decided to release an update that has turned the art community from a regular passive chaos fest to an absolute nightmare-fueled fire almost overnight. This new update introduced a feature where any active user with a blue check mark on Twitter can now use Twitter's AI to edit any image, photo.
What is... I could barely read. I gotta close my eyes. Okay, I gotta close one of my eyes in order to read it. What is this crap? They straight up added a new feature and anyone can just edit your image. You posted using Gen I. So far it seems like there is no way of turning it off. Oh, that's nasty work. So literally people could just take it and have fun with your work of art. That's nasty, 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 nasty. It gets to the point where it's like, why even utilize the platform? I don't really use Twitter or X. That's just me though.
Photograph, drawing or painting with no questions asked or consent from the person who posted it with the click of a single button. This immediately started an uproar in the art community, with artists calling out Elon for being mean to the art community, bringing up tweets where Elon openly stated that crediting artists was a dumb thing to do.
Okay, Elon Musk said, I wish people would stop crediting... Oh God, I can't read with both my eyes. Sorry about that. I'll just read it like this. There we go. I wish people would stop crediting artists on Twitter when any fool can just Sorry, I'll read it again. Any fool can find out who the artist was in seconds. It's destroying the medium. Whatever.
And that people should stop doing that, and further encouraging people who have been constantly mocking artists and feeding their art into AI all year round, giving them more.
Look, the answer is, if you have an issue with it, don't utilize the platform. Use other platforms. It sucks if that's your bread and butter with that platform, but understand that the owner of the platform does not really take artists into consideration. So that's that.
More power and new features for them to do it all over again. And then guess what happened? They did.
Why is there a pause of him drinking water? Okay.
Rights to any content, including
your right and grants your rights and grants of rights in the content. You retain your right to any content, including any referred term you submit, input, create, generate, post, or display on or through the services. What's yours is yours. You own your content, and your incorporated audio, photos, and videos are considered part of the content. Yes, because it's yours, right? But be careful, because nowadays fair use is starting to become the lines are extremely AI thin.
Including anything referenced therein, you submit, input, create, generate, post, or display on or through this. In choosing to submit, input, create, generate, post, or display content on or through the services, you grant us a worldwide, non-exclusive, royalty-free license with the right to sub-license to use, copy, reproduce, process, adapt, modify, publish, transmit, display.
Wait. Okay. So what they're saying is that you can have the right to produce your own content. However, in choosing to submit, create, generate, post content, or through the services, you grant us worldwide non-exclusive. Oh, that's nasty work. So what they're pretty much saying, they kind of contradict themselves in a way. Maybe I'm just the worst at reading and comprehending. But what I'm gathering from here is that the moment you post content on their platform, then ultimately it's open season. Like, they have full range of any third party or anybody that can take your content and utilize it into AI. And you have no possession of your work the moment you upload on their platform. That sucks. Damn, that's crazy. Because it just said that you can, like, you own your own content, but then they're using it almost like fair use. Like, well, you made a reindeer. Guess what? I made my own reindeer through yours, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Upload, download, and distribute such content, including anything referenced therein, in any and all media or distribution methods now known or later developed for any purpose. Wow. So basically every image or drawing that has ever been posted on Twitter can automatically just be reproduced or modified and fed into AI with...
Okay, so I read it properly. That's how I comprehended that. That is diabolical. But you know what? It's their platform. It's their platform. And the problem is that nothing in this world is free. Okay? So even YouTube, they can just out of nowhere move just like this as well. It's their platform. They own the platform. Right? When something is free, guess what? We are the lab rats. We are the mice. We are being experimented, and that is priceless. So nothing in this world is free. That's crazy. That's nasty work. So Twitter, or X, right, as they call it, I feel sorry for people who are posting their artwork, especially if they made a living off of that through the use of X. Because what is being stated here is that anybody could just take your artwork, use AI's filtering it a little bit, and then just reproduce it. That's crazy. That is nasty work.
That is compensation enough. Bear with me while I metaphorically try to swallow this tough pill. So, according to the law, Twitter has every right to not only take your art and use it, but also feed it into the AI model to improve it. And not only that, they're also giving other users on the platform the same ability to take your art, run it through AI, edit it, and...
Dang. Wow, nasty work, man. And to be fair, which is not fair at all of these platforms have the right to utilize your work, because technically speaking, the moment you upload content on their platform, you're technically giving them your content. Uploading doesn't just mean, oh, it's a platform. No, you're giving them your content and they can do whatever they want. Think of it like, the best analogy is like you're living in a apartment, right? And by living in that apartment, you're renting. It's rent. You don't own that. It's rent. So when they have rules and regulations that are changing, you cannot give any pushback because it's not your place. You're renting it. It is their place. It is their platform. Compared to a website, which is like having your own domain, right? Domain. Like having your own house. Domain is yours. You can do whatever you want. You just got to pay mortgage or property tax, which is almost like paying for the website to still exist, and you pay yearly, but it's yours. Whereas free, like YouTube or whatever, is rent. They can do whatever they want. They have the power, and you don't. So if they say, hey, art, anybody can utilize it, I mean, all you could do is just delete your art. Or advertise, use X to advertise your website, and don't post any art there. Like, hey, if you want to see my art, go on the website. So you can still utilize the free platform, but don't upload artwork. So that's my suggestion.
And generate whatever nonsensical idea comes to their mind. And all of that is completely legal, by the way. How is any of this even allowed? I mean, it's finally over for the art community. Essentially, what this means for art.
There was nothing to start for the art community. That's a hot take, but it means over. It was not even before AI. It was already over. That's why it's called starving artist.
Their art style sees it, instead of getting a commission from them, they could just use this new Twitter feature and edit the drawing to whatever they wanted to make. People can literally use this feature to put artists in trouble by making inappropriate edits with their drawings, and then the whole internet ends up coming after them for something they didn't even know about or do in the first place. There are just too many loopholes where this could potentially cause more problems than it can solve, and it can only possibly keep on getting worse from here. Today on Christmas Eve 2025, Elon Musk gave every X Premium user the ability to edit any image with a single click. Within hours, artists have watched their work get vandalized, commissioned pieces defaced, and one user had Luddites painted in red across the
We really are living in a day and age where we're racing towards the bottom. Remember back then when you had to race to the top? You had to put in the hard work and labor to see if you could win first place. Well, that is down the drain. Now everything is racing towards the bottom. No more hard work. Just keep pressing those buttons with these prompts, and hopefully something could come out of it. And then you submit it, and hopefully you win first place. Like, what is happening here?
Their character's body. The protection tools failed. Glaze, Nightshade, all of it bypassed instantly at the platform level. As of today, the people telling you
inspires us and we go and do our own thing. No, we have to remix off of someone else's base artwork until it becomes something completely different. Currently, there is no way to opt out of this, and a lot of big creators such as Boichi, who's the mangaka behind Dr. Stone.
It's really a double-edged sword, because if you decide to be like, you know what, I'm never going to post any art online whatsoever, that way AI can utilize it, well, good luck, and hopefully you have people who support you in the real world enough for you to not utilize the internet. Yeah, I don't know too many artists who are on that high level that they don't need to advertise their artwork on the internet. That just seems very, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So like different type of fine art events, I could see them not utilizing the internet to showcase their gallery. Those are very, very, very minority. But the majority of people have to utilize the internet. And with the utilization of the internet, you are open season. And there will be people out there that can copy, paste your work, mass produce it, and you will have no idea. And by the time you realize it, they already made thousands of dollars off of your work of art, and you got nothing.
has voiced their opinions. The problem is also that there's a lot of platforms that are doing this, such as Instagram.
Only for someone on Twitter to turn it into this. Thank you so much for allowing people to do this with creators. This is a commission, a drawing I did that I was proud of, for someone who paid for it. Twitter flagged my post as adult content, limiting my visit.
And what sucks too is that like with DeviantArt, and just, you don't even need to use DeviantArt, but I'm just using it as an example, that they have a watermark feature, right? Even artists who use Procreate or Photoshop, you can easily slap a watermark to your work of art, which could then lower the integrity of there's no integrity with AI, but it could lower the likeness of someone utilizing your artwork through the passing of AI. The problem with watermark, which I understand, is that it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and most viewers will find it rather distracting when there's a lot of watermark. But we're getting to the point where that's one of the ways in which you can then lower the amount of people taking your work of art.
My account is full of bots, and now people can steal my work and do whatever they want without my permission, removing my watermark and adding AI in seconds. I'm leaving and probably deleting all my work here soon. This is so disgusting in levels I can't.
And it's just sad because like people who will buy the fake art, they're gonna believe that it's real, not knowing it was off of someone who made real work of art. And at that moment, some people won't even care. It's like, hey, I already bought it. I don't care about the original. And if that becomes extremely common, then it's a race to the bottom. Because you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Even if a lot of artists decide to be like, you know what, I'm not going to post art online, it's too late. Just like IG girls gonna be like, you know what, I'm not gonna post myself on Instagram anymore. Well, it's too late. There's way too much content on the internet that AI already got enough information. You know, it got enough information to keep producing archives, and people would just eat it up.
The way you drew one part of the image, or they're just blatantly trying to mock your work. The account who edited the artist's work and posted it also got deactivated for some reason, so it could seem people reported the account, or they just didn't want all the attention that will be coming their way after the situation went out of hand. Other artists also complained about having their art ruined by AI bros and were getting frustrated this was happening without any control at all. Another artist made a little cute drawing of a cat and the edit image button, and after they posted it, someone saw it, and because apparently they didn't
man. That's nasty work, man. I didn't like the yellow stuff. I fixed it for you, and I fixed it for you with AI. Even when they're taking a piss out of it, people will come back and just oh man. What is next? What is next, people? What is next? Even something like this. The original art is right here, and then the AI is right here. What is happening? Look at the AI. It doesn't even understand the proportion right here. It just looks terrible.
Someone edited and removed the clothes of their character, making them nude while still staying similarly close to the original art style. This is just getting out of hand, to be honest. And even when these AI users get called out, now they respond saying proudly they generated the art and have nothing to fear at all. This is literally insane. AI isn't going anywhere and is only improving. In 5 years' time, any art will be replaced perfectly by AI. Accept it.
Key word, any art, right? Without the art, AI wouldn't exist. You need the mother and then the children. Without the mom and father, there's no children. AI is just a nasty artificial offspring of us. And it's sad because we utilize the internet for advertisements, to grow a business, to develop a business. right? It's like one of the easiest ways of doing that in the comfort of your home. So easy becomes a target. So I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing that people is going to go back into the old days of like knocking door to door or like selling your art outside without the use of the internet, because this is getting out of hand. No hand drawn was made. This was all typing.
And move on with new innovations, such as like nothing will keep being the artist and creativity. I don't
Actually,
think
let me read
at
all of that, because I disagree with this person. I want to read it. Okay, so I'm going to try to read it. Okay, AI isn't going anywhere. It's only improving. In 5 years' time, any art will be replicated perfectly by AI. Accept it and move on. Calling the person with the black cat anime. Jesus. All right. And move on with new innovations. Well, why? Why? If you move on with any new innovations, AI would then eventually replicate that. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, so such is life. Nothing will keep being the same for years to come. One day there will be flying cars, and you might think it's crazy. Very, very ignorant, right? Ignorant is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. You have no idea, therefore it's easy for you to say that, right? Remove the tool and they are just nothing. Nothing to be proud, nothing to prove, nothing to show, nothing to share. It's just a person who seeks the same attention but refuses to step up and work hard to be the same. And them asking the same treatment and recognition. It's pathetic. It is.
Hard to be the same. And then asking for the same treatment, yet they claim they make it.
Talentless, no skills, lazy punks rely on artists for AI. AI has to use art to generate anything. These idiots commission the AI to generate anything, yet they claim they make it. Delusional, very delusional. I can't agree with you anymore, man.
Delusional. Very delusional. It's really sad and annoying that this is what artists have to go through if they just decide to continue posting their work on Twitter. Some artists have started migrating to Blue Sky and deleting their Twitter accounts, and while that does seem like a sensible thing to do, with the unfortunate turn, simple, cutesy, feel-good drawings that everyone can enjoy. I don't like the situation here as much as any other artist, but that's the truth of it. You can switch to other platforms, but the AI cat is out of the bag, and there's no getting it back in. We just have to deal with it. People on Blue Sky are genuinely what all those reaction YouTubers describe Twitter as. It's the best alternative to this site, but is also completely unusable for anyone looking to make a name for themselves, because
that is the law of diminishing of returns. It's the same issue that they had with YouTube, and a lot of people was complaining about YouTube's algorithm and whatnot. And then they had things called library. Who really used library, right? So they had these things called platforms like library and BitChute, right? That was supposed to combat against YouTube, and it was like, well, we support the content creators. Come on, content creators, we'll put you into our algorithm. But guess what? Here's the side effect, people. No one knows about these platforms. These platforms are at the bottom of the barrel in terms of exposure, because they started from the bottom. No one really knows them. The popularity of YouTube is paramount. They're number one, to the point where there's so many businesses out here that makes a living. They have not big corporations, but like small companies, and companies in general are developed utilizing the entertainment media of the platform of YouTube. That's how big YouTube is. BitChute, library, they're not on that level. They have to utilize the backs of popular YouTubers and hopefully get some of their audiences onto the platform. Because without that, the platform is not getting exposure. Even with that, they still don't get enough exposure. So you can't rely on the smaller platforms. Even if you get the views or whatever into the algorithm, is not enough for you to make a living off of those platforms. That's the side effect to it. And people are just not even going to bother signing up or joining onto a different platform because a lot of people are complacent with already utilizing the things that they already have. Think about even with streaming, right? A lot of people are complacent with Amazon Video, right? Because they realize, oh, I didn't know I have Amazon Video because I already have Amazon Prime. Oh, that's easy. But these other platforms, right? Other streaming services, they have to be free in order to entice you. They want to get enough of subscriptions for free, and then eventually when it becomes popular, then they start charging like $1.99 a month to then end up being just like Netflix, like $17 or $25 a month, something crazy like that. All these businesses, they do the same tactic. They make it free. They make it like, hey, we wanted you guys, you know, we're relatable. You know, I'm trying to give you the solution. That's the problem with the big mega corporations. And then when they end up becoming big, similar to them, they end up doing the same thing. They're all the same. So yes, it's cool to be in that niche market and going to these smaller platforms, but the viewers don't care enough to transfer and washing content onto the smaller platforms, let alone looking at artwork in the smaller platforms. You're better off. That's my dryer. You're better off just having a website and having people support you through the website, rather than these free platforms. But that's my hot take.
People will jump you for literally everything. Recently, I found out that Blue Sky will literally, and I mean literally, flag your account as rude and hide all your posts under a click because you have been flagged as rude. Ponder about that. It's exactly why people insist migrating over that site. So far, it seems most artists are not entirely recommending Blue Sky as a viable option, bringing up issues concerning the discover feed, the behavior of people on the platform, and complaining about the general art community over there.
Two huge mangaka are boycotting Twitter following the release of its new AI imaging tool. Kei Urana, the author of Gachi Akuda, announced that she will no longer be posting her art on Twitter, also known as X for some odd reason, because she doesn't want her art being altered, misused, or mispurposed. And Boichi, the mangaka behind Dr. Stone and Sunken Rock, is standing behind his fellow artist, saying he can't accept his work being used or exploited without his consent. For context, Rock rolled out a new AI imaging tool around Christmas that lets any user edit any public image. It doesn't matter who made it, it doesn't matter if it's copywritten. You can change almost anything about the image and the original artist can't do a thing about it. The image is labeled AI edited, but that's just about it. So with this tool, any user can strip context, create fake versions, and repost without credit, which adds on to the list of fears artists already face when posting their work online. They already have to worry about AI training, copyright erosion, and loss of general control.
This is nasty work, man, because this could be utilized in all of these other platforms. Remember, they are all in the same bed. They all sleep in the same bed. So if X is doing this, or Twitter or whatever, then eventually it will be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. No one really uses Facebook, but Instagram. And then eventually it will spread into other platforms. So you could call it being a sellout. They never really had a soul to begin with.
Basically, Twitter's saying once you put it out to the public, you have no control over it whatsoever, which is the equivalent of someone graffitiing your mural digitally forever. But the question I have for you guys is, do you think artists should be able to block AI edits, or once it's posted online is completely fair game?
And while some people have suggested to use glazed tools to protect your art,
and I was just saying that too, you can use overlay tools, but the problem with overlay tools is that it is distracting for the viewers to see your work of art. And they're going to complain and say, I like your art, but why do you have so much of your logos just splattered all over your art? I want to see the beauty of it. It's like, don't you understand? I'm doing that so I could protect my art. But that's the problem. Protection doesn't look flattering.
if you still want to continue posting on Twitter. Some others say glazing doesn't really work for the most part, but I believe it still might be.
Oh, let me go to that. I want to read that. That seems important. Said Nightshade. Oh, I gotta. Where's my? Where did I keep my glasses? Just had it. Oh, that sucks. I can't find my glasses. That sucks balls. All right, I just use the blue light filter. That doesn't really help. Of course, it don't help. All right, I'll just read with one eye. It is what it is. Okay, while Nightshade was cool in concept, its effects can be easily countered in numbers of ways. One example is applying a 1% Gaussian blur on the image, breaks the poison effect while still keeping the image prominently intact. Posting it as a GIF won't help either. Dang. Despite what a whole lot of people are saying, post it as an image as a GIF probably won't help protect you very much. In your rights and grants of rights in the content section of X terms of service, X is Twitter, by the way, it used to be Twitter, now it's X. It says that X has the rights to do basically anything with any of your content you put on the website. As far as I'm aware, that includes GIFs. If the AI edit feature doesn't currently exist on GIFs, it will likely be retroactively added. So yeah, they are having fun with your artwork. Sad.
Most part, but I believe it still might be
Sad,
an
sad,
option
sad.
for anyone
Shame,
who wants
shame,
to
shame.
continue posting their art on Twitter. Another Twitter user found out that you can post your work as a GIF and people won't be able to edit it at all, which resulted in artists making so many drawings making fun of Twitter's new feature and posting it as a GIF to game the system. Now, personally, I don't know if this works as I haven't tried it out for myself, but judging from what a lot of people are saying, it also seems to be another option of escaping the dreadful edit image button. Although one artist who
But here's the problem, you're in their platform. So that's like you running away from Jason. It's Jason's house. Like Jason Voorhees from the Friday 13th, right? You're running inside of his house. No matter how you run, no matter where you go inside the house, he will find you. And he will take you out.
tried it and posted a drawing had their comments filled with people trolling them, telling them it didn't work, but these people could have also just took a screenshot of the drawing and ran it through AI or downloaded the drawing and edited it with AI. But for the most part, I've seen other artists post their work as GIFs and it seems to be working fine. Another way to disable the edit image
It's so sad because you got to put extra work to make GIFs. Crazy.
Button is to try turning it off in your settings and preferences, as was noted by some people. Now, I'm not sure if this really works. Some comments have pointed out saying it does nothing at all and they still have the edit image button on their drawings. Honestly, this feels like one of those situations where it's a lose-lose for all artists at this point.
I honestly feel really bad for the artists who they are hidden behind the scenes. Like they don't show their face at all, but they just show their art and they just have their avatar to represent them. I feel sorry for them, truthfully, because it's getting to the point where if you want to protect your art, you got to eventually show your face. You got to show your face. You cannot hide behind an avatar. Because if you're complaining, it just looks like a disconnect. It's like you're complaining, but it's your avatar. It doesn't matter if your voice is real as a human being getting mad. Your avatar is still a cartoon. Like, and people won't take it seriously. And people will still mop the floor, taking your stuff as AI and making money off of it. So at least if you show your face and you make videos of showcasing step-by-step process of making your artwork while you're showing your face, that merits more authenticity no matter what terms of services X has. You still have the right, and I will still say to not use X. Use X as a advertising platform, but don't post artwork so then people can then see your artwork. You know, but it is going to get to the point where artists they're gonna have to be more human in this AI world that we're starting to really embark in.
the corners to still use the platform, our work is still being taken and fed into AI as soon as it's uploaded. Right now, some artists are drawing Elon and making memes with his face, putting him in drawings and drawing him pregnant to troll him to revert the updates. But so far, this has gotten no response at all and doesn't seem to be going anywhere for the most part. The best we can do is to stop posting and hope for the best, or continue sharing your work and brace for the worst. Well,
if you showcase your artwork there, now you know that the platform does not, and they never will, nor they ever have in the past, will respect you. So don't post your artwork. Post a link. I think that is copyright infringement if you didn't post any of your artwork on X, but someone would screenshot your artwork and then post it on X. That is, you have the right to put in legal matters to take it down. That's the only thing you can do. It does suck for those people who made a living off of X, and now look what they done, man. You overstayed your welcome. You lived in that apartment for too long, and now your rent is due, and the rent got up from $2,000 a month. Now all of a sudden it's $10,000 a month. You can either stay here and go through the disrespect and pay $10,000 a month all of a sudden, or you leave the platform. The choice is yours. So let's read what some people are saying. I don't know where I kept my glasses. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That doesn't just affect art, but also pictures of real people. Facts. I had a guy threaten AI generate explicit pictures of me once. This is a horrible idea. I just hope no one is being hurt. Edit. He did get arrested. Good. That's insane. Literally, who is gonna use this feature for good? Exactly. I'll read one more because I don't like closing one of my eyes. How long until someone edits a photo of Musk in less than desirable scenarios and the feature gets removed? I don't think it will get removed because he does not care. Anyway, share your thoughts down below. We are heading towards the end times, right? Because it is getting crazy. What is going to happen beyond AI? After that, we got Terminator, right? We got Terminator. And after that, it's a hard reset. Hard reset. That can possibly happen. Hard reset for sure. Anyway, share your thoughts down below. Those suggestions of videos you guys want me to react to. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And check out my original content as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.